Hi, everybody. I'm Karen Carson, and this is Truth-TANGO. Today's Truth-TANGO is RFK-Jr.'s wearable slavery. So it's official. Maha is dead. When the United States Secretary of Health and Human Services encourages slavery, that is the end of what was left of freedom in America. It is very unfortunate that so many people have a slave mentality. They do. If they didn't, that COVID nonsense would have been laughed at and squashed in a week. But they loved it, and they'll do it again. It is so hard for me to believe that this is true in America, but there are people out there that actually want to be slaves. They have no brains, or else they would think. Their so-called education has left them so confused about themselves, they don't even know what their dicks and hoo-has are for. They went for the poison with no listing of ingredients or side effects, a blank insert. Not that they would have read it anyway. And knowing it or not, they are still playing Russian roulette with these shots.
Sure, put it in my arm. It stays there anyway.
Either Trump is tied up in some Zionist basement somewhere, or we just got duped. I had to rewrite this article several times. I had too many swear words in it. Does it seem like I'm upset about this? You bet I am. This is the worst thing I've ever heard in my lifetime, and it's been a pretty long lifetime so far. I'm upset, disappointed, and completely disgusted with our government so-called leaders. They're not leaders. They are cowards who are too damn scared to go against this horrible slave state future for us. Please, President Trump, prove me wrong. Whomever has already decided to comply with wearable slavery, let me be the first to tell you that you deserve everything you get. It's slavery at its worst. Learn about it, read about it, listen to uncensored podcasters about it. Learn about it on Rumble, BitChute, Odyssey, and other uncensored platforms from doctors, scientists, and intelligent people who actually care about human lives and humanity. RFK Jr. is not one of these. Of course, that ridiculous Democrat, socialist, Marxist, communist Harris would have been so much worse. We would probably all, and I do mean all, not just MAGA, be in concentration camps right now. Don't think that the woke would have been spared just because they're transgender or have blue hair or rape children. They are just being paid and used to push this sick agenda as well. They are not safe from these monsters either. Wearable slavery is just what it sounds like. You will be an open book to anyone with an iPhone. They can, with the proper app, know what your blood pressure is doing, your heart rate, if you have a headache, if you drank alcohol last night, and when you took your last bowel movement. I don't know about you, but all this is very private. Is there even a HIPAA Act still in place? They will know every aspect of your life. It's called biometrics. They will know what you are thinking, how you behave in certain situations, and eventually they will be able to manipulate this as well. They're doing it already. Yes, they will be able to read your mind. You would be giving them permission to look inside you at everything. Is that what anyone in this world wants? Who could possibly want this? Well, they didn't ask. They're just doing it, and things are changing faster than we know. It's practically already done, or they wouldn't be announcing it, right? That is, based on past forced unconstitutional regulations of big government, big pharma, big tech, and big food, which we all, almost 90% of Americans, voted against. Yet here we are. I care about humanity. I care about our future happiness. So here are my suggestions. Stay out of the doctor's office. They have now been ordered to ask you about guns in your household. Yes, indeed. They'll ask your kids too. As if that is their business now. It is not. Stay off airplanes. They recently had a mandated by the World Health Organization spraying of insecticides on all the passengers on Southwest Airlines. Salty Cracker on BitChute and Rumble had this video. That's just about the last straw for me. And if you let them, they will not stop until they kill you. And they will, because at some point, if any part of you is still human, you won't like it. You will be boosted regularly, and they will decide how often that is if you comply. All the injectables being shown to you on TV are programming people to think that this is the norm. Injecting yourself is not the norm. People come here from other countries, watch our television set, and are horrified at the constant drug pushing to the masses. This is not the norm either. To top it off, the bombing of Iran's story is most likely not at all what we are being told. I heard about Iran's stance years ago, forgot about it, and suddenly the subject is in the spotlight again. Not on the fake news, of course. Iran is not part of the central banking system. You know, the one we were fighting to get out of? What happened to that fight? Suddenly we're on the side of the central bank? Doesn't that put a different spin on the whole bombing scenario? I won't get into it here, but I think it's safe to say this is BS too. One thing I will say is that both Donald and Caroline seem terribly uncomfortable talking about all this. Maybe it's because they know this is absolutely not what 87% of the American people ever wanted. I don't know what to believe. We really have no choice but to wait and see how things unfold, because they are very obviously and very quickly unfolding in front of our eyes. So let's keep them open, take in the stories, but know that's just what they are, stories. After all, whomever wins writes his story. Until next time, I'm Karen Carson, and this is Truth Tango.